Okay. How's everyone doing today? Excellent. I am using some new some of that new software today. So let me know how the audio and video is going. Yeah, let me know. I see I got a messy desk. Had to kill some flies earlier. Whoopsh. Okay. Sweet. How's everyone doing? Hope you guys are having a great time. If you see, look right down. Where is it? Here, right down there. Look, we got the chat. Yay! Audio and video super. Got embedded. It's kind of cool because actually, with this new software, I can stream to YouTube, Facebook, Periscope, and a bunch of other things. I think I'm just gonna stick with those three. See how things are going. And yeah, you guys get to see it kind of synced up into the video stream. It's kind of fun. So yeah, thanks for coming on today. And also, if you comment from Facebook or Periscope or YouTube, it kind of merges it all. It's pretty slick. So yeah, moving on up, doing some cool stuff. Finally, I've been wanting to use this for a long time. So yeah, thanks for everyone coming in today. Gunter Ulrich, Mr. Boss, Harry Boss from Holland. Excellent. Oh, did you see last week? I was wearing my Holland jersey last week in the live stream. Man, they played fabulous in that World Cup. I think that was 2014. Man, they played really good in that World Cup. Cool. Okay, so today, what we are going to go over is we're going to go over a little bit of printing. Just kind of got on a little, I guess, a little kick yesterday off a forum post or off the Weaverspace community. There was a great post that someone was talking about printing, right? Essentially, he wanted to print a form. And so I thought, hey, cool, let's figure this out. I had this really interesting idea on using Pi, which you wouldn't think using Pi to print. What? Right? So I'll show you my solution for that. And then I'll show you, I was playing around this morning and came up with some other cool ideas. And I created a new stack. So, yeah, cool. Let's, without further ado, let's jump on in. Let me get my my screen ready. Oh, I forgot to have Wrap Reader open. Oops, my bad. Okay. Okay. Come on, Wrap Reader. Oh, it opened over here. My bad. Okay. Oops, I didn't want this project anyway. Hold on one second. I had to open up a different project. I closed it. Should have left that going. Oh well. Where is the project I needed? Oh, here it is. Hopefully this works because I've noticed if I close the project before the stack's completely loaded, and sometimes it doesn't like when you do that. Although I think that was fixed in Stacks 4.1, which I have the beta for. Okay. Side note, if any of you really want to beta test Stacks 4.1, if you join the little insider info, if you join the Your Head Slack channel, I believe he's posting some beta access to that if you really want to help test out 4.1. And I am pretty sure I'm going to have to restart RapidWeaver now because I did the unthinkable and I closed the project before it was fully opened. And now I've got to start all over again. Oh boy, sorry about that. Keeps opening over there. Let's put it over here. There we go. Now let's let Stacks do its thing and load the entire Stacks library. Do it. Rookie, exactly. What a rookie. Who is this guy? Jesus. Although it'd be interesting to see now that, oh, well, those little chat things do go away. So it'll be interesting to see how these little chat things that are over where am I? They're on the opposite side of me, that way, right? Yeah, see how if they interfere with things on the screen, but oh well, we'll see. Okay, so the thing was, we had a form, okay, and he wanted to print a form. So by default, you know what? I'm gonna backtrack and show you what things would look like, right? If I didn't already have all this made. Here, I'm gonna start a new page. Man, I just cannot do anything right today. New page, stacks page. Okay. And then I'm gonna use Foundation 6, but yeah, it's not really required. Although some of the stacks I'm gonna use right now are Foundation 6 dependent. But anyway, let's just get some new content out. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this form. I'm just gonna copy that. Paste it in here. There we go. And let's just get some padding and margin around that so it looks okay. Okay, so I have a form, right? And it would be like, oh, I want to print this data, right? So like I want to fill out this form. Let's do Joe Workman. Hello live stream, right? All right. And let's print that. Normally you could just hit Command P, right? And that will print everything. Oh, actually, hold on one second. Let's do I think I fixed that software that I had issues with last week. Let's turn that on. So if I hit Command P, oh shoot, it shows on my other screen. Darn it. 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Let's do preferences. Can I configure what screen they go on? Dang it. They show up on my other screen. Oh well. Okay. I hit Command P. And if you notice, here, let's just open that in preview app. So it opens a PDF, right? So if you see that, I mean, it's not really fabulous, right? I mean, it's showing up all the label fields and it's showing like all the data inside of a little box. It just looks like a form, right? But what if I wanted to print something nicer, you know, like something a little bit more attractive? Okay. So it got me thinking, right? So pi is a stack that normally it's used mostly for like calculations, right? So you can like, you know, take this form input and multiply it by this number and, you know, output the data to here, right? But we can also just use it as a simple mapping of once I type in something into the form, populate it somewhere else, right? So I'm going to take these a couple additional pi fields here. Okay. And let's just paste those into the form. Okay. So let's go ahead and look at these. So here I have a pi field that all it's going to do is output the name field. And then we have a print comments field, pi field that all that does is output the comments. So, right, these are, if you look at the field name of this is name, the field name of this text area is comments. Okay. Hence in here, if you notice, I do have, because I am dealing with text here, not numbers. Okay. If you look in the pi stack, I have this process formula as text turned on, right? So that's right there, process formula as text. Because by default, pi will think you're trying to do math, right? And if you read this tooltip, right, because we all read the tooltips, if we process a formula as text, we're going to have to surround it with quotes. So if you look here, I have the name. I don't want to do a full tutorial on pi, but basically, I have my formula, which is just outputting the name in quotes. Okay, cool. And then the same exact thing down here for the comments. Okay. I think all the other fields are pretty much the default, except for obviously the name. I have print comments and print name. Okay. So now I want to output that. Okay. So I already had that built, so I'm just going to go ahead and let's just take these. And I'm just going to over here. So down here I have they're actually two Foundation 6 header stacks. And all I have to do is add pi-print name as a class. And whatever this formula outputs, it'll output into this header. And if you notice here, I have this header set to be an H3. And the bottom one, my comments, I have that set to be a paragraph. And I put the pi print comments class, right? So if you see pi print comments matches print comments. So we have to add pi-print comments. And if you ever forget what the class is, just go ahead and go to this pi stack and say show snippet. And you'll see that it says class equals pi-print comments. Okay, so there you go. You don't need to use the snippet if you're using Foundation 6 because we already have access to classes all over the place. So there we go. Okay, so now let's go ahead and preview this. And if I start typing Joe Workman, you'll see that, it outputted Joe Workman here. And then I can do this is a test. Okay, and if you notice now, there we go. Now I have the comments down here, and I have my name in the header. Right, pretty cool. If we do, I think I have some more, some text. There we go. So added a little bit more text. Okay, cool. So now that's cool. Now if I print this, right, you'll notice that. Here, let's open that in a preview again. You'll notice that I have this, which is nice, but I still have my form, right? So what can we do there? Okay, so now let's go ahead and close that. Now what we want to do is we're going to use some features in Foundation 6, okay? And we're going to use the visibility stack, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and add this visibility stack here. And inside the visibility stack, there are features for show and hide for print, okay? So this one I'm going to say hide for print. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag in this form field, okay? And then I'm going to add another visibility stack. And guess what I'm going to put on this one? I'm going to say show for print, right? So if you look here, the visibility is set to show for print, okay? And I want to only show these when we're printing. Cool. So let's go ahead and try that. Let's preview. Voila. If you notice, by default, since I'm not printing, I just have my content, right? The form, because that's what I said. I want to hide this on print, but it will show on the web page. So let's go ahead and say Joe Workman and comments. We're going to do, I'll just do my lorem ipsum text. Okay. And if I print this, I can do Command P. What you'll notice now, let's open that in preview so it's a little easier to see. Voila. There we go. So in print, it only printed the data that was inside of the stack or inside of the visibility that says show, right? And if you notice, because Pi automatically mapped all those fields for us, whenever I updated those form fields, the content was changed for print, right? Pretty cool. Now you can still use a lot of the other Pi features, right? If you want to do calculations and all that stuff, you can just output those calculations in here and you can print out a better looking form field, right? Gary Wan showed me some stuff he was working on today after kind of taking this project file that I posted on the community, and he kind of ran with it, and he was building this really cool online application that he wanted people to be able to print out, right? So that's cool. Now there's another thing that I did on this. So by default, to print a web page, right, you have to say, Command P, right? So what can we do to maybe have a print button, right? So really simple. I'll show you a way that you can use with the Foundation 6 stacks, and then I'll show you a new way with something that I made this morning. So let's go ahead, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this into the form stack because I want this print button not to show when we actually print. So this is a link button. I just set the label to be print form, and this is the power right here. When you set the link, this is what you need to have in there. Okay, zoom in there so you guys can see. It's a cool little JavaScript snippet. So it's JavaScript : window.print. And what that will do is that will print the entire window. Okay, so just to let you know what that does is right now I have a very blank, boring page, right? But if we were to add, I don't know, let's just go to a template, add like, I don't know, a hero header to this page or something like that. Hero header. And let's just go ahead and add that to the top of the page. Dang it, I hate when that happens. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to add a hero header to the page. And if we preview that, oh, hero header has some issues. What happened there? Let's try this one. Oh, the hero images are gone. What happened? Well, that kind of sucks. It's in that one. Interesting. Look at that. Okay, well, whatever. We'll just drag in another image. Let's drag in this one. There we go. Okay, so now we have a hero header. There we go. And if I were to print this, okay, well, what you'll notice is the background is the image is not there, and that's partly because Foundation actually its print styles are maybe a little aggressive, and I'll fix that in an update. I think I'll tone that down a little bit, but it removes all background images, background colors by default. So I do plan on making that a little more lenient in the future, though. Okay. So if we were to go here, let me go ahead and just enter in some information here. But if I hit this print, oh, by the way, if I hit this print form button, it's essentially the same thing as hitting Command P. Okay. And you see that there. So, but you know, if I didn't want to print this hero header, obviously I could take that visibility stack and boop, and then I can move that entire hero header inside of it, and then we could say hide for print, right? And then if I were to print this, oh, my form's blank again. And if we hit print form, there we go. Okay. So yeah, nice. It allows you to, really define this visibility stack is important. It allows you to control, what it actually is getting printed. Okay. But I wanted to take things a little bit further. First off, are there any questions? Remember to smash that like button. Yeah. So I got thinking, while this is really cool and you could do a lot with just what I showed you here. Okay. I thought there's some other things that would be interesting, especially for people that maybe aren't using Foundation 6 as well. If people don't have the visibility stack, like what can you do to show and hide things from the page, from printing, right? So let me show you. And it also, I think there's a lot to say, like maybe we don't want to print the entire web page, right? Because maybe you have a sidebar or a header and you don't want to print all of that. And then not on top of that, yeah, you could put visibility stuff around all of that, but that's kind of annoying as well because it's a lot of work and it's extra stacks on the page, and there has to be a better way. Okay, so what is a better way? Enter the new printer stacks that I created this morning. Right now there's 4 stacks. There is a print button stack, a print section stack, a print show hide, which is essentially the same thing as visibility, and then some print styles. Okay. So let's look at what these are. I'm actually gonna go ahead and just open up my sandbox project. Okay. So here we are in a sandbox project. Let me go ahead and here, let's just clean that up a little bit. We'll show you what should I show you first? I guess first we'll show you the print button stack. Okay. So let's go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and delete that. So when you add a print button stack to the page, let's just go ahead and do it completely new, right? So here's a print button. We can add a print buttons to the page, and in here we can add. It's just a drop zone, and what you can do is you can add whatever button stack you want. Any button or link will trigger a print from now on that's dragged in here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna drag in a button. So let's just go ahead and add a button in there. Again, you can use whatever button you want. Let's just say print me. Okay. And that's it. That's all you got to do. You don't need to do anything else. Obviously, you can style the button. Let's do like a corner radius. Okay. And if we look here, by default, it's going to print the stack's content. Okay. What does that mean? Well, this means a couple different things. If you're on, it depends on what theme or framework you're using as well. Okay. So by default, it's stacks content, which means whatever is inside the stacks page will be printed. So if you're using a traditional theme, what that means is all of the theme content won't be printed, which is kind of interesting, right? So let's just show you. I'm going to switch to a non-foundation theme. Let's go to Nick Cates theme. Let's do reason. Okay. And I'm going to delete site style since it's actually, it doesn't really hurt anything. Okay. Let's go ahead and print. Okay. Or preview. So now I have this, and obviously I lose a lot of the foundation styles like this print button, right? But just want to show you, if I were to go ahead and say print me, okay, what you'll notice is none of the theme actually gets printed. Okay. So if you look in there, right, none of the theme actually gets printed. Pretty cool, right? It's only the stacks content. Okay. But with foundation, and another option is let's go to the print button. If I do entire web page, this should actually print the theme. I'll be honest, actually, I haven't even checked that, but it should. Oh, well, this theme strips a lot of this stuff, but it does have extra content in there, right? There is extra stuff. Okay. There is the menu, and a lot of the styles are stripped, but it does print extra things. Okay. And probably depending on the theme, whatever theme you're using will be different, right? Some themes may print everything. I don't know. Okay. So yeah, there we go. That's the difference between those. Now if you use stacks content and you're using something like Foundation or Foundry or something like that, it's going to try to print everything. Okay. So what if you only wanted to print a particular section? Well, we can set a page ID, or a section ID, right? So we can say, I only want to print a particular section. Okay. So for example, I have this container here. Let's go ahead and, actually, hold on. Let's just I'm going to add in a couple other content containers above it. And this one I want to do print me. Okay. Only. So let's say when I hit this print button, I don't want to print these two top content areas. I only want to print this one. Okay. So what we can do is in a container stack, we can set an ID. And here, I already have an ID set. I have an ID set of print me. Okay. So let's go ahead and copy that. And in my print button, I'm going to print section ID print me. Okay. So let's go ahead and preview that. And let's go back to Foundation. Why not? Let's Foundation 6 and preview, and all is right with the world again. Okay. So when I hit this print me button, it should only print this section and not these top two, right? So let's go ahead and say print me. And voila. What you'll notice, I'm not going to open it in preview. What you should notice is it will only print the print me section of the web page. So pretty cool. Okay. So that's the print buttons. Oh, and another thing I should add is this page print title. This is my live stream print. Okay. And if we print that, well, or I'll open this in a PDF so you can actually see it. What it does is it puts it up here at the top, right? So that title goes up at the top. Depending on your browser may put it on the top or the bottom. I don't really have control over that. The browser decides that, but we can set a title. Okay, by default it's just blank, but that's kind of nice. Okay. So that is the print button. Again, you can throw any button you want in it. Okay, what are some of the other cool stuff that we got here? Let's look. I've print section so that if you want to, like, just a really simple way to do what I just did, where I put an ID on a container and then I had a print button stack, and if you just want that, I think that's going to be a common thing. I created something really simple for that. It's just called print section, and essentially what you could do is you could just say there is my section, here is my button. We don't need that anymore, right? So this is essentially the same thing as what I just did. It's just a little bit simpler to implement. So you can have a print section. Whatever is inside here will be printed, and then here's your button. Obviously, the button will not get printed ever. Okay, so just to show you, if I hit the print me, we get the same thing. There it only prints that one section. Okay, so it's just a little helper, a little easier to use. Especially if maybe you're using something that's not Foundation, that isn't easy to get IDs and stuff like that. So this is a stack that helps you with that. Okay. Let's see. Next up is the print show hide, and this is exactly the same as the visibility stack in Foundation 6. It just has two options: show for print, hide for print. Okay. And then the last one is print styles. This is pretty interesting. Let's go ahead and I broke all here. Let's just do this. I haven't decided. Maybe I might just integrate this print styles inside of the print button stack or something. I don't know, but right now it's a separate stack. And right now there is a force black and white option. Unfortunately, right now Foundation always forces black and white on print, so I'll probably change that by default, so that if you didn't want that behavior, you have a little bit more control. Okay. But this actually works. So we can actually append URLs to links. Okay. So let's turn that on, and let's go ahead and print this page. Let's open that in preview. Okay. So I printed this, and what you'll notice is for all of the links, it actually appended the URL. So if you print something, we know that this was a link, and they are clickable if it's a PDF, right? But when you print this to actual physical paper, you can actually see what the URL is, right? So that's a really nice feature. Again, it just adds the URL that's from the link into the actual content. So that this checkbox right here can turn that on and off. Okay. So if we turn that off, and let's just do that again. Print, and we say open in preview. All you see is now it's just we could still click on it if it's marked, because you see the PDF will still honor that link, but it doesn't put the URLs in there and so on and so forth. So yeah, I'm sure I like this print styles concept. I'm sure over time we can add more things as you get feedback and whatnot. But yeah, I think this is pretty cool. Marcus, let's see. Will the print stacks be a separate purchase? Yes. I plan on this being a new separate stack. I'll probably call it printer. Yes. So yes, Marcus, hopefully that helps. Will it be possible for a user to print A4 posters with background text on top? Okay, so right now, at least Foundation, I can't speak for any other theme. Foundation will automatically strip everything. I do plan on removing, giving you that option or removing that so that it will print the page as you see it. And then this print styles, you can then force black and white. Okay. Can you demonstrate a multi-selection box? Okay, a multi-selection box. Oh, with pi? Interesting. I'm not sure how that would work. We can play around with that though. Why not? Now let's just simplify this page. Let's see here. Oh, someone's asking me, colon lorem. Is this autocomplete? Yeah. That's just one of my. I use Typinator, or you can use Text Expander or whatever. That is just something that I use. I set up, colon lorem to be, some lorem ipsum text. What were we doing? Oh, it multi-selects. Let's go ahead. Fold foundation. We want a multi-select. Okay, so we have a multi-select. Let's just call this options. Okay. Here, we're just going to use countries. Here, we'll do this countries. Countries. Let's see, what else can we do? Tab index. It's a multi-select. Okay, so there we go. I'm gonna have a multi-select. Let's just preview that. It does what we want. Yep, I have a multi-select where we can select multiple countries. Okay, how are we gonna get that into Pi? I have no idea. So let's go ahead and copy and paste this. Pi does support. Let's see, print dash countries. Okay. I know how to do this now. This is going to be complex, actually. So what we need to do is, we need to do countries. I'm doing this off the top of my head. I think it's this. This is the syntax. Because so with countries, with multi-selects, you have multiple elements, right? Because you have multiple, right? There's not just one. It's not just a string. It's an array of things. So what we would do is we would do dot. I think I have an example of this actually in the Pi demo file. And then we do countries. I don't do this syntax very often, so I think this is it. All right, just so you can see this. Oh, we want it to be a comma delimited list, let's say. So we'll put a comma. So I start off with hashtag countries. Basically, this tells it to loop through all the countries, and then this right here tells it to insert the current value, and then this ends my little loop. Okay, and I don't want these spaces, so I'm actually going to delete those. So this looks really funky, but I think that is going to work. All right, so what we're going to do is let's go ahead and do this as a H6, and we're going to do print countries. Oh, and just for fun, I am going to always show this so that we can see it on page, so it's easier to test. All right, so let's see. I do Joe Workman. Okay, oops, Workman. All right, if I click on this, click on that, All right, I might have that syntax wrong. Hold on 1 second. Let me go. Hold on. I'm going to look for a project file that I have. Nope, not that one. Hold on 1 second. Pi array text. Oh, here, let's look at this file here. Kind of remind myself of that. Let's see. Multi-select. I did do it right. Look at that. Checkbox. Select. And select. Did I? Okay, let's go back here. Oops, where's it? There's this one. So let's just verify that. See, this is called countries. We'll copy that. Over here, I'm doing print-countries. Process formula as text. Did I do that over here? Process formula as text. Let's see, I have countries. PyPrint. Oh, here, PyPrint countries. Oh, I didn't update the class. Haha. I updated the title, not just the class. Okay. I think I did do it right. Let's look over here again. Joe. I select one country, another country, another country, another country, another one, another one, another one, another one. As you see, as I'm selecting all these countries, it's just creating a comma delimited list. Lorem. There we go. Boom. How cool is that? Oh, tab out. There you go. That's really cool. And if we print it, there it goes. There's the print job. Boom. So that was probably something I don't think I've reviewed this in a live stream, actually, this use of Pi. This is used for if you're doing an array of something. So like in this case, here I have multiple checkboxes. Here I have a multi-select. These checkboxes have the same field name. Hence, there is multiple possible values for a single field, right? So that's true with multi-selects and checkboxes inside forms. So yeah, there we go. Let's see if there's any other questions or comments. I know that was quite complex, but yeah, if you want to see what that syntax is again, I did have it right. Actually, I probably want to have actually, if we edit this, I want to add a space after the comma, right? That would make it look a little nicer, right? So if let's preview that again. Preview that. There we go. So now when I select all of these, if you notice down here, it has a space after every comma. Now there is a trailing comma at the very last one. Nothing we can do about that. Pretty cool though. Pretty advanced stuff, right? So yeah, hopefully, let's see if there's any other questions. Are my studio? Yes, my studio lights are on. That was probably earlier, but anyway, yeah, love my studio lights. They're really cool. As you see, if you can see, yeah, you can see this in the stream. I can like control them all from right here, so I can like turn them off. Now I'm in the dark. Turn them on. I can make them brighter. I can change the temperature of them. I have two of them, obviously. That's why we have two. I can control them individually or as a team as well. So that's pretty cool stuff. Awesome. So yeah, I could have used this a couple months ago. Yep, that's how it always is, Scott. So anyway, I don't have an idea of a release date. I just made all those printer stacks today. They're a pretty simple thing. That they won't be much. But yeah, I'll probably. I think over time, this print styles I'll probably get a lot of feature requests for that. So that'll probably grow. The other ones are pretty simple, right? But I think that print styles is an interesting idea. Probably integrate that with site styles as well for those Foundation 6 users. Pi is a science. Yes, it is. Pi is definitely a science. It's a very cool stack. You can do a lot of really interesting things with it, but it does require some forethought. Okay. Because you can type in you can type in all kinds of JavaScript in here. I mean, these are pretty simple examples here, but Pi is definitely for mad scientists. I mean, you could do, I don't want to say it's not for people that aren't mad scientists, but you could do some cool stuff, but pretty simply. But yeah. Price for the print stack, I don't know yet. You'll find out when I launch it. So anyway, cool. Any other questions? If you got questions about anything, I got about 20 minutes. So yeah, pop your questions into the chat box if you have any, and I'd be happy to answer them. Else, we'll see you guys over on the Weaverspace community. Hopefully on Friday. We'll see you on Friday. Let's go ahead and here. Let's do. Whoop. There we go. So yeah, we'll see you guys on Friday at the Hangout. And by then, maybe if you have any ideas for printer or Pi or anything else, hop in there and let me know your thoughts. I'm still working on Drift that I showed you guys. Was that last week? No, it was 2 weeks ago, I think. It's actually quite different now. I don't want to give you a sneak peek now because it's going to change quite a bit. But anyway, thank you guys. Hopefully you guys have an amazing rest of your week. Go out there and make something great. And yeah, do a lot with Pi. I'd like to see what you guys do with the print stuff, print visibility, printing forms. Yeah, you could probably do this without Pi. Well, no, you probably can't. Not like displaying it and having as nice headers and paragraphs. That kind of just requires Pi. So anyway, thanks guys. We'll talk to you hopefully on Friday, and have an amazing rest of your week. Bye.